Hey everyone, this is Neon Fox Let's Plays, aka Skulk Neon Fox, with another one of my 500th video specials. Even though it's not 500 videos yet, it's just kind of celebration for that, and 10th Let's Play, and lots of subscribers, yada yada, you know the whole deal. So anyways, previous to this, I made a video on, in my perspective, on uh, being a Let's Player, like how to be a Let's Player, just some tips on how to be one. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But anyways, in it, I also said I would make a video on choosing a game to let's play, and just like the last video, this can apply to anyone. But mainly, when I'm talking about choosing a game, I'm mainly talking about choosing a first let's play. So all of these apply to a first let's play, but they don't all necessarily have to apply to all let's plays. And I'll point out the ones that don't apply, I guess. There's eight pointers that I want to make like last time. And like I said, you don't have to take these to heart. These are just to help. So just pay attention to one of these, all of these. Be good to pay attention to all of these. Actually, I want to make out just a little thing. I think the last pointer, that's more on how to be a Let's Player, that I didn't get to talk about that on that video. But I want to say it here. So yeah. So number one is accessibility, and for like the demo, for the demonstration game, I'm going to use my Sly Cooper and Thievius Raccoonus Let's Play because that was my first Let's Play. So accessibility is the first thing I want to talk about, and basically what that means is that, and this should be pretty much common sense, is that the first game you Let's Play, it should be a game that you already own in your possession, and it should be a game that you can like easily play anytime, because you don't want to choose a game that it's like, okay, I want to choose let's choose Mother 3. If you already have the game, then that's awesome, and go ahead and choose it, but don't choose it because you need to get the emulator, you need to get the game, which both of them you're gonna have to download, because that game doesn't sell in the US. And plus, if you want the fan dub, you need to get it online because it's only in Japanese. Sorry, Earthbound, I would really pay for your games, but I have to download because you don't sell them. Put them on the virtual console and I will buy them, I promise, even if I already own them. But yeah, so you should definitely choose a game. Like, so for instance, Sly Cooper. So I needed a PS2 to play it. I have the PS2 to play it. Did I already have the game? Yes. Okay, perfect. The first one is pretty much an easy one. Everyone should agree with that one. The second one is you should choose a game that you're confident with. And this does not apply to all Let's Plays. Definitely for your first one, though. You should definitely choose a game that it's like you know the game in and out. You can get 100% easily. You know where all the secrets are. You know Easter eggs. May know some interesting facts about the game, too. It shouldn't be a game that you don't really know all that well. You could do that later on, especially like, for instance, blind Let's Plays. If you don't know what that is, a blind Let's Play basically um, is a Let's Play of a game that you have no prior knowledge to, except maybe for its name, but that's about it. And you record yourself playing it for the very first time. For instance, a good example of this is Nintendo Capri Sun's Blind Walkthrough on Conker's Bad Fur Day, which honestly I have no idea how he did not know about that game before with his humor. So yeah, it should be a game that you should already know in and out. For instance, Sly Cooper and Thievius Raccoonus. That is a game I already knew how to beat easily. Okay, point number three. This is not really required. It's optional, but it couldn't hurt. All this is optional though, but like this is like really super optional. It's a practice file. If you don't know what a practice file is sometimes Let's Players, when they're playing a game, and you can have like multiple files, they'll make a practice file. It's basically just a duplicate of what they're doing in their Let's Play, but they can practice beforehand, so that way like they don't make like errors or they forget something, because sometimes if you haven't played a game in a while, you sometimes forget some secrets. So that's the reason of having practice file. Um, it depends really on the game that you choose, but if this is your first Let's Play, I guess it really wouldn't hurt. You don't have to have it. I didn't have one for Sly Cooper, but maybe if you're playing something like maybe Legend of Zelda or some other really long game, it really wouldn't hurt to have a practice file. But that's just totally up to you guys. Well, these are all up to you, but that one's like I don't even really care, but sometimes it helps. Number four is if is choosing a game, and you're like, this is a game that you're confident with, but you might know not. You maybe know like 98% of it. You can study others sometimes, but I want you to be careful of this because sometimes you can copy other Let's Players, and that's not good. But it's okay to sometimes watch other Let's Players do something because maybe you do it differently and it doesn't really work for you. Like it's some timed thing and you barely make it and you want to see if there's an easier way to do it. That's perfectly cool. I actually did that with my Master Thief sprints in Sly Cooper because I honestly didn't know how to do a lot of them very well. I'm trying to think of the hardest one. The hardest one was that casino level in Mugshot's place in Sunset Snake Eyes. I had to watch a video on that because it was just too hard for me to do. I had probably like 20 failed runs of that. But yeah, that's one to be really cautious about, and you don't necessarily have to do that, especially if it's a game that you know well. That may be more apply to later games that you might do, ones that you're not really confident with. But your first Let's Play, please, guys, choose a game that you really know really well. Number five, and this is a problem that I've seen that seems to have grown lately, and I never saw this before. Is taking on too many LP projects, and what I mean by that, and LP projects, LPs, same thing. It's the same thing. It's called a project because you're working on it, and it is a project, and it's fun. It's a fun project, but sometimes I see people doing like two Let's Plays at once. So they do like Let's Play number 1 and Let's Play number 2 at the same time. Or they'll do like, I saw someone, they did their first 6, they're doing their first 6 Let's Plays at the same time. Oh my god. Guys, honestly, that's great. And I know you're just really trying to get out there. But that's way too much of a hassle. I'm telling you, you don't want to take on too much at one time. The reason why is because, well, it will be brought up in my later point, but and so I'll explain that why, but I would really just stick to one. So for your first Let's Play, choose one game and just do that game. And then maybe like after a few Let's Plays, then you can start doing 2 Let's Plays and 3 Let's Plays at once if you want. But for your first one, keep it simple. Keep it really simple, guys. Just do one. So number 6 is the reason why I wouldn't do too many Let's Play projects. And 6 is a problem I've seen a lot of people have a problem with, is commitment. And you wouldn't think that's such a big deal, but sometimes I've seen a lot of people who will have their first Let's Play and they won't finish it and they'll eventually delete it and choose a different game. The thing is, guys, is that when you choose your first Let's Play, stick with it. Make sure that this is the game that you're going to do. So like for instance, Sly Cooper, I was like, okay, I'm going to do Sly Cooper and I'm going to stick with it to the end. Because the thing about it is, and I've always had a problem of like, I used to have a big problem of not like starting things but not finishing them. So Let's Playing kind of helped me get through that problem because I still had the problem like when I was just starting out. People were like, hey, you need to finish this game, so it kind of forced me to. So just remember that, guys, is that if you're going to choose a game, you have to stick with it. So whatever your first Let's Play is, no matter what it is, stick with the game. And so basically that means make your choice wisely. Seriously. So you can choose an easy game for your first Let's Play. That's honestly not all bad. You can choose a hard game for your first Let's Play. You can choose whatever. Just make sure to stick through it all the way to the end. Because it's really sad when sometimes people delete them stuff or they just stop it all together and resume a different game. Sorry if you hear like a bunch of background stuff, but I just had the hiccups right now. Yeah, God, I hate that. So yeah, that's a growing problem, and I really would like to stop because it's kind of ruining a lot of Let's Players. Because if you keep doing that, then people are going to think you're finicky, and they're not going to watch you. Because if you're just going to post a Let's Play and then like a week later you're going to delete it, no one wants to see that. Okay, so number 7 is not really much of a pointer, but just something that I really want to point out because I'm tired of people saying this is the idea of overdone LPs. And what that basically means is some games are criticized of being overdone Let's Plays, which basically means that it's just a game that a lot of people have done Let's Plays on. Really good examples: Super Mario 64, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Conker's Bad Fur Day has become one of these games too. I'm trying to think of other games that fall in this category. I Want to Be the Guy is definitely one. I can't think of any other games right now, but Super Mario 64 is probably the first big considered overdone Let's Play, and I was doing the finger quotation things. The thing is if you're choosing a game and people are like, no, don't do that game, it's overdone, don't listen to that. There's no such thing as an overdone Let's Play. If you want to do a game, then do it. Nothing should, you shouldn't be stopped by that. Like, I don't like people who say that like, oh I really want LP Super Mario 64 Super Mario Galaxy, and I say, well, why don't you? And they're like, it's just a lot of people have already done it. Doesn't matter. They haven't seen you do it. The thing about Let's Plays is that it doesn't matter what one person does because everyone is different. I have probably seen at least 10 different Let's Plays on Majora's Mask. Every single one was different, completely different. So there's no such thing as an overdone Let's Play. An overdone Let's Play, in my opinion, would be a bunch of Let's Plays of the same game who were commentated the exact same way. So there's no such thing. And if you really want to do Super Mario Galaxy for your first game, do it. You shouldn't let people say, "Oh, it's overdone," stop you. That's just kind of, I consider that to be rude. Pick a game that you want to do. Doesn't matter what game it is. Just remember what else I've said about these other games, and you should be fine. Thank God Sly Cooper isn't. I don't think Sly Cooper really is an overdone Let's Play. I haven't seen a lot of Let's Plays on. I've seen kind of some, not a lot. All I know is I guess if I can consider games to be overdone, maybe there are some games that are considered to be overdone as blind Let's Plays or maybe first Let's Plays. Okay, I noticed this is that a lot of people have done Sly Cooper as their very first Let's Play. A lot of people have, and I wonder if I started that or not, but I've seen a lot of people that do that. And I don't know if that was started by me, but if it is, cool beans. But guys, choose a game that you really want to do. Don't choose a game that's like, well, I want to play this game first because blah, blah, blah played it first, and I think that would be cool for me to do. Don't do that. Choose a game that you're really comfortable with. And if the game turned out to be Sly Cooper and Thieves Raccoons, then cool. That's fine. Whatever. And number 8, my last point, it goes back to being how to be a Let's Player, and I guess it's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but when it comes to being a Let's Player, you kind of want to be professional about it. You really do, guys. You want to be professional about being a Let's Player. And what that means is that a lot of times I've seen like a lot of Let's Players channels laid out, and they're kind of sloppy because it's like if you want to be a Let's Player, then your main focus should be on Let's Play. Well, I mean, you can have other focuses too. But I don't really know how to explain this. I guess like those stupid things where it's like, put this on your channel if this blah 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 happens to you or stuff. Don't do that. It should be like, if you look at my layout and don't copy it, because I'm tired of seeing that. I'm not even kidding. I've seen people copy my lists as mine. No, I'm joking. If you can have your own Let's Play list if you want, but still. Try to be original, guys. What I talked about in my last video on how to be a Let's Player. But you really want to be professional about being a Let's Player, guys, because it's kind of true. People really do like to look when it comes to Let's Playing. They want to look for someone professional, and I think a strong channel design kind of helps. It does kind of help. You don't need to be super fancy with it, but it should be professional enough that it just looks nice. I don't really know how else I can really explain this. I guess, geez, I don't know. Okay, here's something really good, I guess, to point out. I would really refrain from putting anything political, religious, or anything that could offend anyone in your channel description or anything like that. So, there should be, like, you could say, like, I'm Jewish, or I'm Russian and I'm proud of it. That's cool, but I shouldn't see anything. It's like there's like this giant cross and it's like put this if blah 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 about Christians, blah blah blah. Don't do that, and don't also badmouth anyone else about it. Don't try to cuss in your description. Cussing in okay, I guess I explain this. If there's like most of the do's and don'ts that are kind of obvious in doing Let's Plays and not, cussing is the one that's kind of okay to do because people like the filthy language. But I won't do it in the description. Don't do it in the description because sometimes little kids are on the channel, guys. Also, about this, because I've seen a lot of people do this, is appropriate backgrounds, guys. Don't have inappropriate backgrounds. Don't do that. I mean, come on, this should be common sense. But yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about, and I didn't want this to go on for 20 minutes, but okay. But yeah, that's just when I talk about professionality, it should be really clean. But cuss all you want here. Honestly, cuss. It's totally cool. Uh, just be careful on what you say, because I have heard some people say some like there's like a point of using bad language, but I've heard some people use some not okay words. Words I would not really try to use or anything that can be misconstrued as sensitive. So don't use retarded. That's one word that I hear a lot. I try not to use it as much as I can, and sometimes I catch myself and sometimes I don't. But times I don't, just know I'm sorry and I don't mean to use that word. Don't use gay or like fag or anything like that. Don't use words like that, guys. That is really, really inappropriate, and it's shameful, and it makes you look like an idiot. Don't use any racial remarks or anything. That's not really cool to do either. And also, be careful about the religion. Be careful about the religion, because some of you guys are not careful about that. Be very, very, very open about that. I mean, when I mean open, I mean it's just like, be respectful about it, like I am. To all my Sikhs and my Baha'i, I don't even know how to pronounce that right. I'm pretty sure it's right. If it's not, then I'm sorry. And all my Zoroastrians. I'm just trying to make everyone feel as welcome as they are here. Everyone can watch my channel. You can all watch my channel if you want. And if you're blind, then at least you can hear my voice. And if you're blind and deaf, then I don't know what to tell you. Then why are you on YouTube? That seems so weird. Okay. Blind and deaf actually does exist, and that's really sad. Or maybe you have like tunnel vision, so you can maybe see enough. You just have to kind of like sit back, and then maybe you can see the screen. There you go. That kind of works. And I don't know how to help on audio. That's kind of YouTube's fault, because transcribe audio does not work at all. So yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. I know this didn't seem all that collected. I think my last video was more collected, but this was kind of done on the spot, one shot, not. Oh yeah. If you don't know what that is, it's an awesome French music. Okay, no, I'm not going to talk about it. Don't talk about that stuff. But yeah, all that stuff, guys, you should really pay attention to. So you don't have to take this to heart, but I think it would really help. And like I said, this is mainly about choosing a game and a little bit about being a better Let's Player. But you don't have to take any of this to heart if you don't want to follow it. And this can apply to any game, any Let's Player. But the game info is mainly for choosing your first Let's Play. So I think that just about does it for this video, guys. So I need to make that video about camera Let's Plays, and I think I will do that. I'm actually gonna start working on that right after this is done, like editing and stuff. Even though there's very little editing, which means I'm gonna do it as soon as I'm done with this. So I think that just about does it for this video. Sorry, I know I don't usually say that except in my Let's Plays, but I've gotten so used to saying it. But anyways, happy almost 500 video, guys, and happy almost 10th Let's Play. I don't really have a date set for it yet, but what I'm looking at is sometime before I leave. So I'll see. I'm thinking sometime soon. Sometime soon. Let's say maybe just okay, mark your calendars for that date now. Let's say maybe July 22nd. That might be it. I don't know. It might not be. Actually, hold on. Wait. Let me check really quickly. I'm going to check my sound gear to make sure that I actually brought the game with me. There's Wind Waker. That's not it. That's Spyro. That's not it. Oh my god, I did bring it. Yay! I didn't think I actually did. So, okay. Maybe July 22nd is actually a good date. So for sure you guys know it is not a Spyro game, and it's not Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. It is not those two games. You guys can guess if you want. I really don't care, but I'm not going to tell you. I should actually mention this really quick. And I'm coming up on my 20-minute time limit. I don't care. I know it's not an actual time limit, but I make this. But guys, please stop asking me what my next Let's Play is going to be or when it's going to be uploaded. I said that in the comment description. Read that more carefully. Don't ask me. Ugh. Okay, that just about does it for this video, and I know I said that again, but still, I got off subject and went on a tangent. But yeah, happy almost 500th video, guys, and happy 10th Let's Play, almost. So I'll see you guys in the video on how to make camera Let's Plays, like this video and the last video. You don't have to take it to heart. This is just me helping. So I'll see you guys in whatever video you watch from me next. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.